Clock 10 with Chicago Rocks Magazine. Yo, why don't you introduce yourself to
Yo,
the...
what up, man? My name is Mikhail Arvancourt. They know me as Sinista Beatz, man. And I'm just doing a lot of Sinista Beatz, bro. I'm just doing a lot of big things for the city, trying to produce for everybody, doing big things. I'm just, man, gotta deal with this situation right here. See, we all go through a little something, and you're gonna see for yourself.
So tell me what's going on here. And
Man,
show me.
Man, it's a trip, bro. We renting out this unit under suspicious circumstances, because we had nowhere else to go. I mean, and then over time things started to unfold. Like at first, really, what it was, our radiators were leaking, our pipes were all messed up. I was already suspicious of the paint because when we first moved in, the guy was all suspicious, like, oh, we don't have lead paint in our building, and he's like, really, like he's reassuring himself, like we don't have lead paint in the building for real, and he's looking at himself like, yeah, for real, we don't have lead paint in the building. And I'm thinking to myself like, damn, bro. See, we had already put the money down, signed the lease, moved in, so I'm like, and then over time, we had a radiator leak. It fucked up our mattress. We had to move that shit, and then I started noticing black mold coming up, out of nowhere in like little spots in the building. So we would clean it up, it'll be gone, done and over, and it'll just come back again, and yeah, it just increased. And then tell me why 6 months ago I go look at my outside my building. I'm just chilling on the porch, just kicking it. I look at my building on the side of my building right here, and I'm like, what the fuck? I see that asbestos, and now before I determined that it was asbestos, I went on Wikipedia and I looked up asbestos, and it looked pretty much exactly like that. I was like, wow, you just draw the blanks. And as you can see, it's inside the brick. It's not just in the lining or nothing. So that is obviously not plaster or insulation. It's like inside the brick. Like you go down here, it's inside this right here. It's crazy. It's like everywhere, you know? And as you can see, the sealant and the door frame is just completely shoddy and fucked up, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. It's like, you know I mean, and you look at our porch at the bottom, it's like shoddy construction and everything. It's like, what the fuck, and all the dust on the side, the porch is like a couple inches off. It's like, I mean, from the outside, if you look at the porch and you look at the new windows, you're like, yeah, it's a decent crib. But when we first moved in, these windows were good for shit, bro. We couldn't even open the windows. I've had my arm broken in 3 places, and I would damn near re-break my arm just trying to open these windows. It took them 2 years to fix these windows. Now check this out. They had just put these windows in less than 6 months ago. Like, and look how cheap and shoddy this construction is. It's like the edges pulling off. They use some cheap ass sealant glue. They do some shoddy ass Home Depot construction. They don't hire professionals. They hire people in their own family, and they say, yeah, let's do this. And now this is the outside. Okay, keep in mind, this is the outside. See, we just trying to have a decent place to live. On top of that, we trying to find a place to live. We would have moved a long time ago, but they refused to rent to us because we don't meet the income requirements for the state of Illinois. They're saying for us to meet the income requirements, we need to have 3 times what the rent costs, which is outrageous because we pay $750 a month rent and we never missed a payment on our rent. And we started out here paying $725. We've never missed a payment. We've always paid our rent on time. We just dropped $750 for another apartment, which we had to get refunded to us because we do not meet Illinois requirements, so therefore they turned us down, which I find kind of crazy. Now, you're gonna love this. So when you first walk in, it's like a welcome home. When you first walk in, you notice our beautiful fridge. This is not a Photoshop deal. It's not something that I photoshopped or nothing. And look, you look at the bottom. Fucked up lining. The lining is fucked up. Rusted out. Falling apart right before your eyes. A cheap salvage, you dig. You know what I'm saying? There's a hole on top of the fridge right here. It's like a little plastic plug that's broken, and it's like now it's like a hole. Right here. This is supposed to be like a plug, but now it's a damn hole. And obviously some of the temperature is getting out of it. And if you look inside the lining of here, we clean this all the time, but the lining is decrepit and there's black mold in it, and you can start to see the foam from the inside of the lining. The inside of the lining, and God knows what this is, keeps popping up. This white mold keep popping up inside of our refrigerator. Now how is that supposed to be safe? How is that even sanitary? That's disgusting. And we clean our fridge, but this is rust. This is not dirt, this is rust. What kind of people give you a fridge that's got rust on it like that? And look at that. Oh, look at that. Our cabinets. We can't, look. And we didn't break that. We bought it like that. The apartment came like that. See? It came like that. And take a good look at this faucet. Get a real good close-up of that faucet. Now go under it if you can, and just try not to get no water dripping on it. You see that shit? That's our faucet, and it was like that since day one. And we spent hours trying to clean it, and it never got clean. Our stove, 2 burners on our stove do not work. I forgot which ones. I think it's the back ones, but two burners on our stove do not work at all. And I think it's the back ones here. If you look into our kitchen cabinets, they're cracked. They're literally cracked. Look at that. And if you look inside of them, they're filthy. You know, they're filthy. You know, and we do clean our crib. Don't get me wrong, but these cabinets, I'm not gonna lie, we never clean them because we just were in a hurry to just get on packing shit. But honestly, you know, and you want to see a Chicago classic. This is what they expect you to deal with in Chicago. If you look at our radiators, this is the original paint. This is the newest paint on this radiator. Since this radiator was made, you know, since the radiator was made, and get a good look at them gasket valves right there. They're all shoddy and destroyed and fucked up, holes in the floor. Shit, you know, it's like holes in the floor, you know. How is this acceptable in Chicago? I don't understand. That's one thing I want to know, is that, you know, you have to question yourself. You have to question yourself. How is this acceptable in Chicago? We got cats running around, an elderly woman. We got nails sticking around out the floor. Right here, exposed nail. We always pound it in with a hammer, as you can see with the hammer marks. See, there's hammer marks everywhere because we pound it out with a hammer so we don't hurt ourselves with the damn, you know. And you could tell the floor is just like fucked up everywhere, you know. And this is a classic. This is a Chicago classic for you. Watch this. We're gonna treat this like MTV Cribs. This is our beautiful radiator that does not work. Look at it. It doesn't work, and it's not even connected. Look at that. We could just tip it over. See? Ooh. Here's our radiator that does not work. You like that hole on the floor? We got a moving radiator that I could just pick up this radiator and take it out right now because the pipe is completely broken. You know, and we didn't do that. You know? Look into our shower. See the towel? We didn't do nothing. We just showered. The black mold in the lining right there, and we cleaned that probably about a week ago. You know, the black mold in the lining, the tiles coming loose, everything else. You see what I'm saying? And this is kind of disgusting, so I have to do this with like a. I'll do this with a Q-tip to illustrate to you how fragile this wall is. See this wall? Right by the toilet. I just cleaned this about 2 weeks ago. This whole thing was covered in black mold. That's how fragile our wall is. You could literally push it in damn there with a Q-tip. You see that? With a Q-tip. And then there's holes in the bottom of the floor. Visible big holes, big enough for rats to crawl through. Not mice, rats. Pipes exposed, broken, whatever. They said this was a new bathroom that they just remade. See, and they already sealed our sink 3 times. See the top here? You could tell because this. See all of this right here, all that paint strip. That's because our landlord had to rip the sink out and reseal it. You know, look at our beautiful bathroom shelves, and we scrubbed the shit out of these and couldn't get that off. All that dirt, we scrubbed the shit out of those and we couldn't get that off. You know what I'm saying? We scrubbed that shit for hours and couldn't get none of that off. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this is not a this is real. This is not me seeking attention. This is just real. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, hold on. There's one more thing I forgot to show you in the kitchen. And this is a beautiful thing. I shit myself. I'm not gonna lie. I shit myself every time I wash my hands because I'm a chef and I'm used to touching things with wet hands sometimes. So I'll be sitting here trying to turn off my light and there's exposed wires. I got wet hands. I'll probably kill myself touching my own light socket. You know, you seen the picture on Facebook. You know, I'll probably kill myself touching my own light socket. You know, they don't care. One time I actually electrocuted myself in the bathroom on the light socket. The light socket in the bathroom. I actually electrocuted myself. You know, I electrocuted myself on the bathroom light socket. You know, this socket right here, I actually, one time, you see how it's taped around the edges? The landlord taped that. And one time, I flicked up the switch, you know, and zapped the shit out of myself. I electrocuted myself. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's real. It's crazy. Now I zapped the shit out of myself. You know, our wires are shoddy. You know, we had to move the bulb over here because this one doesn't work anymore. So we had to move it over this way because the wiring is just to shit. You know what I mean? And look, we don't have privacy glass. Most bathrooms have privacy glass. They want people to see us naked outside. If we don't put a damn curtain up here, they're gonna see us naked outside. When we be trying to reach shampoo and shit, I'll be ducking like I'm embarrassed, bro. I don't want nobody to see me naked outside. It's ridiculous. They don't give no fuck about their tenants in this building. This is ridiculous. What kind of person? I've never been in an apartment where they don't have privacy glass in the bathroom. Never. Never. It's literally an Illinois law to have privacy glass in your bathroom because there's like a privacy law in place that's supposed to be about respecting your landlord, your tenant's privacy. On top of that, we get harassed by the landlord. There's people who smoke green in this building, and because I produce rap music, I'm a young punk delinquent, and I'm a gangbanger and whatnot, so I like to break the law, and I like to do things that are ghetto because I'm in the rap music business, and I'm a producer. Well, excuse me for doing what I'm good at, so sorry, but, you know, this is the infamous black mobile bag. Excuse me, let me get this shit get over it. Now, we had to clean the black mold, keep in mind, because it was a health hazard. But see, this lining right here, see at the bottom of our bed is a big ass brown stain, and that came from our radiator. Big ass brown stripe all the way across our mattress, came from our radiator.
Came from the radiator?
Yes, it did. Came from the radiator. Our mattress was spotless before we moved in here. Came with the radiator. Thank you, radiator.
Wow.
Look at our radiator. Ain't it beautiful? It's our freaking radiator, and it leaks half the time. And it leaks half the time. It sprays up fucking radiator steam half the time. I don't know if there's mold growing back here, but there might be.
How did that come from the radiator? All that line across there.
I don't know. It just was spraying. It was spraying like a fountain.
Really?
That's when we had the bed going this
had
way.
it-
We
we
had
had it
the old
going this way.
windows at the time.
At the
we
time,
had really
yeah.
old vintage windows where they wouldn't open at all. We had the bed going this way. The radiator was leaking a whole bunch of water, and it got over here and over here. All the way to the end of the box spring.
Wow.
I want you to document this too. They say we are too loud in this apartment. They say we are too loud in this apartment. Hold on, let me mute this TV. Let me show you what too loud in this apartment means. These speakers, I have them on 7 in the back. That's the maximum. Now, this is too loud in my apartment. I put these speakers on like 1 3/4 or 2 on my sound card. That's the maximum I put it. I have artists that tell me all the time, you can't turn it louder, you can't turn it louder. and they be like, you can't turn it louder, and I be like, man, you know, whatever. Hold on, let me look for a beat real quick that I could play for you. Give me 1 second. Keyboards be all over the fucking place. But look, I'm gonna show you this right quick. Okay, now watch. This is the volume that we have it on. I'm gonna show you. And this is way too loud for this building. We might get noise complaint for this, but I just need to prove a point here. You know, I just need to make a point here. So that's too loud in our apartment. That music is too loud, and we get a noise complaint for our music being this loud. Now, is that loud?
No, that's not loud.
We get a noise complaint for that if my music is that loud. We are not allowed to talk in this apartment. We're not allowed to walk around too loud. We're not allowed to play our TV that loud.
And look at our TV. Look, that's a 20-inch. That TV is not out. And you can come follow me. We got.
Now, hold on, one more thing. I want to see if we got any surprise mold back here.
Oh yeah, let me help move the bed.
No, don't help me move. I don't see any. You did a great job cleaning it. Thank you. There might be a little bit in this lining, but if you look, I'm gonna show you this picture. Now, if you refer the picture to what I showed you on Facebook, you'll realize that this is an actual picture of my actual bed. Okay, this is real. You know, I just want to show you comparative analysis. So, see, you see this picture. And then look at the bed. Cue down to the bed. I want to show you the bed. Show them the bed, so they know. See, that is the same angle. That is the same wall. We cleaned the black mold because it was a health hazard.
There you go.
And here, I have asbestos samples. I've got several of them because we got to get comparative analysis with the doctors and tests done.
Well, y'all did a pretty good job of cleaning that. How long does it take to come back?
Oh, about 3 weeks.
Wow.
About 3 weeks.
We got constantly.
It comes from outside the building. It comes from outside the building. It's not our radiators.
Because when we moved in, before the new windows came in, there were vines, and I was breaking out.
We got a rat infestation problem in here. Yeah, we were getting constant rashes.
I would get bitten by mosquitoes. They would come in.
And then we told our landlord that we might have bed bugs, and he was going to try to use that to kick us out because he said this is a no bug building. But when we moved in here, we never had bed bugs before, and all of a sudden we start getting bug bites from bugs outside of the building, from the vines and stuff. And now we're the ones who are creating a problem. See, almost right away he was showing indications that he wanted to get us, you know, to get us out of this building. You know, and what else did you want to show him real quick?
Oh yeah, the TV in the front room. Now this TV is loud, right? Okay. This is the front room. This is a 19-inch HD TV. It's hooked up to the stereo. Now look at my speakers. Look at our speakers. They're not that big and they're not that loud. Now, is this loud?
We get noise complaints for that volume. That volume. Now I want you to do one more thing. Take a very good view of these walls. Take a very good camera view of these walls, and I'm gonna blow your mind. Get real close. Don't worry about it. You're famous. GLC put you on TV already. Like, look at the design. Come real close and look at this pattern. And while you're doing that, I'll be right back. Now when you're done with that, come in here. I'm gonna show you something. This is what I love about the internet. What I love about technology and today's technology is you could go online, you could search up asbestos, right? And the first page is gonna come up. Now you seen what you seen outside, right? This is the beauty of the internet. Come real close. Check this out. This is Wikipedia. This is asbestos. Asbestos, Wikipedia. This is what the picture looks like. It looks kind of like what we have outside of our building, doesn't it? It's connected to the rock. It's fibrous. It has the same qualities and properties as that. Now after you took a picture of that wall, let me show you something that's going to blow your mind. Wikipedia, I love you. You just blew my mind. When I looked this up, just blew my fucking mind. Read the name of this picture and look at that design. Go also to the name too. Catch the name and the design in there. Asbestos ceiling. Isn't that kind of hard to breathe in here? Isn't it kind of stuffy in here? That's what we deal with every day.
So is it that's what they were using, or
that's what they were using in the material to make the ceiling, to make those designs.
In the older building structures?
Yes. Now, since I've been in this building, look, I have to take Flonase. I have been prescribed Flonase recently. This is a recent prescription. This is dated for 3/12/2013. I just got this prescription less than a month ago. This is my first fill of Flonase. In fact, excuse me, I take my Flonase right now anyway because this damn thing is affect my allergies. By the way, I would like to also state that I am not a man who's delusional. I serve my country. Okay, I serve my country. Wow. See, oh sorry, upside down. With my MOS badge, my physical excellence patches, which means I score maximum on the PT tests in the Army. Okay? Now.
And you heard him right there? His allergies, his sinuses. That's why he's got to take the Flonase.
Because of this building. My allergies have been worse than ever. And I have to take Flonase now. Mandatory. Or else my allergies flare up and I can't breathe or whatnot. All kinds of stuff happens. My eyes water. I can't breathe. There have been times my voice has been completely went out on me. I'll be talking and next thing you know my voice just goes completely out on me. And then I'll try to talk and it makes my throat burn, makes my eyes water. My breathing is taking a toll since I've lived in this building. And keep in mind, we do soundproof this room as much as we can. There is foam to keep it kind of soundproof in here. The problem is they don't want us here, so they're making up lies and excuses to get us out of here. You know, and we deal with a lot in this building already, not only with the harassment from the landlord and the tenants, but also with these severe violations. I mean, from what you've seen, what do you think? This is real. You know, and all I'm looking for is help. Our last building, we had a slumlord, but it wasn't as bad as this. The number one problem with the last building is that it had a stucco porch, and the porch was literally crumbling, and it didn't have another exit. That was the only exit. So who the hell's gonna go outside and want to go on a crumbling porch? My father's house, I lived in my father's house on and off for 15 years. There was a crack in the middle of his house. The house was cracked in half down the middle, but he never had a toxic mold problem. He never had an asbestos problem. Sometimes the heat wouldn't be that good in the winter, but we dealt with it because we didn't have to deal with our breathing being messed up or other things like that. You know, so we are not serial complainers. We actually are very patient and deal with a lot. Enough's enough. Our last building we dealt with a slumlord, and now we're dealing with it again, but this time it's truly affecting our health and our livelihood. And so I appreciate Chirac. I appreciate everything you're doing for the city, Chi-Town. Thank you very much. This is my apartment. This is what they do this to a lot of people in Chicago. This is unacceptable. It needs to be exposed. This is ridiculous. This is a freaking severe health violation. I just called the CDC today. I just called the EPA today. You know, I just got off the phone with Andrew Field from Mark Kirk's office. Not that earlier today. You know, here let me show you the number. Andrew Field from Mark Kirk's office. I've got numbers all up and down my phone, tenants' rights, this and that. We're taking action. Keep in mind that in order to get things done, in order for us to truly end this problem, you must take action. Lead by example. Follow my example. I am Sinista Beatz. I am one of the most respected producers in the city because I lead by example. And I practice what I preach. And I care about the people. Free 'em all. We ride. Chairman, I love you, man. This for the people, man. Chicago, we need to be united and stand up for what's right and do what's right for the people. Cause Chirac is doing what's right for the people. They're in my home exposing this problem, exposing this. Now, how many of y'all are willing to stand up or going through the same thing and we're willing to call Chirac or contact them? They will help you. They will expose the problem. Just call them up, because they reached out to me, and God bless. You know, God bless. I'm on a blood pressure patch. I'm only 33 years old. You think I want to sit here and continue to deal with health problems? My ears split in half. I got all kinds of problems. I'm on disability, man. I mean, have you ever seen this before? Look at that. Ears split in half. I got real disabilities. My eye, reconstructive surgery on my face. I got real disabilities. I would love to work, but I can't. I broke my arm in 3 places. Right here I broke it. Right here you can kind of see the lump right there. You see it? Mm-hmm. And then right above it. I would love to be able to work, but I can't. I'm on disability. I shouldn't have to be demonized and treated less than human because of circumstances that were out of my control.
So what's your landlord say when you talk to him?
Well, we are afraid to tell him about this because the first thing he does when he notices a problem is he wants to get rid of you, because this is not a problem. We are the problem. That's how he approaches it. Just like when we said we had possibly had bed bugs. He wanted to kick us out, even though it was probably his problem.
You told him that?
Yeah, well, we told him we might have bed bugs, and he's like, I don't know. We don't have bugs in this building. Trying to accuse us of bringing them in. And we have rats running around all the time outside. Right outside of this door. They run outside in the bottom hallway where he walked in.
One time I'm on the back porch here.
They ran right up to our door.
Smoking a cigarette, and a rat came upstairs. I chased the rat off the porch. I mean, the rat literally ran up the stairs, and then ran back down, ran in the yard over there and shit.
I also want them to see, I served my country. I was in the military. Take a good look at how I live. We don't just throw our fucking clothes on the floor. We don't just throw our clothes somewhere when we get done using them. I fold my clothes and I put them in an organized spot. We're not dirty people. This is here because I just got done taking a shower and we are hang drying our clothes. Okay? We are not dirty people. If you turn around and look at my little setup, it's very well organized. You know, we are not dirty people. We are not bad people. We just had to deal. We're afraid to talk to our landlord about this, because then he's not going to say that this is a problem. He's going to say that we are the problem. In the last 3 years in this building, they have moved 30 tenants in and out of this building. 30.
30.
And the security deposits range between $750 and $800. You do the math. Do the math.
What happened with the other tenants?
They just find something wrong with them. They'll come here and within a week they find something that they don't like about them and say you need to go.
They were only here for like 5 months, and then the guy got laid off from his job. And when you're me and this guy been in a relationship for 11 years. In a relationship, you do argue. You know, that's how it is being in a relationship. The woman above me and the woman to E calls the police, makes false complaints and false police reports.
They call the police on y'all?
Yes. One time I wasn't here, he was sleeping.
Come on here. You're gonna be on TV, but you have no choice. Pat.
What?
You remember the time when me and you were here alone? And I was sleeping, and she called the police and tried to tell the police that I was killing you?
Yeah.
They came to the door, and they
And I say, he isn't hurting me. He didn't do anything to me. And they tried to say that you're a liar, and I said I am not a liar.
and they tried to force her. They tried to coerce. This is a 69-year-old woman. My mother-in-law. I have too much respect for her to hit her. And we might argue sometimes, we have our disagreements, but I will never put my hands on her. There is no place in this world that you put your hands on a 69-year-old woman. That is immoral and it's stupid. Okay, I might get crazy sometimes. You might see me get like that, but I'm a passionate person and I don't play. But when it comes to elderly people, you don't hit them. Now, my 69-year-old mother-in-law, I never touched her. Okay? They tried to threaten and coerce a 69-year-old woman into confessing that I did something to her that I didn't do. What kind of people have the nerve to sit here and try to intimidate and threaten a 69-year-old woman? What if she had a heart attack? Then what do you do?
And the police came to your door?
They were in her face, threatening her.
I told them to go back upstairs and talk to her.
Wow.
They were about to put the cuffs on me. They told me, sir, stop lying. We know you hit her. Shut up, sir. Don't lie to us. You're a punk. We know you did it. Shut up, sir. Hold on a second. You go inside while we talk to her.
How many times have they have the police been
There
in your house?
have been 30 false police reports filed on us since we've been here.
Get out of here. In 3 years?
Yes.
And it all stemmed from upstairs?
Yes.
From the old lady above.
And her friend from across the hall.
Also, keep
Wow.
in mind, the landlord stated very clearly that if too many police come into this building, then he will be forced to evict us. If too many ambulances come in this building, he will force to evict us. And the ladies, they know this.
Too many ambulances.
My
Yes.
mother's ever since living here, my mother's been hospitalized 4 times. 4 times. Due to collapsing in the kitchen on the floor, being sick, can't walk, sometimes can't make it to the bathroom.
Stomach viruses, all kinds of respiratory
She
problems.
had a lot of respiratory problems. She had a viral infection. She had bacteria in her blood. She had to get surgery done.
In the last 2 weeks alone, me and her have taken a chest x-ray for this asbestos problem, and we also now have to see a specialist with the Rush Medical Center. In fact, hold on, this is my doctor just gave this to me today. We have to go to this. Let me make sure it's the right thing. See, this is our prescription to go see a specialist at Rush Medical Center. That's our prescription. This is our doctors who we gotta call for the Rush Medical Center. And we showed him the pictures. We showed him everything that you see online. Neurological, respiratory, all that. Pulmonary, all of that. He said our results were negative, but, big but, you have to see a specialist. And he saw the same pictures I posted on Facebook. And this is a licensed doctor.
What did he say when he saw the pictures?
He was like, man, he didn't know what to say. He was speechless. He was like, whoa. Everybody who saw the pictures was just speechless. They couldn't believe it. They were like, damn, how could somebody let you live like that? Everybody on Facebook who supported me, thank you. Yeah, exactly. How could somebody live like that? How could we? You know why? I have too much patience, and we have not been able to get a place to live because of the Illinois requirements for income to rent an apartment. You have to make $35,000 a year just to be able to rent.
Disability, and that's not an income.
Really?
It's not an income. I get disability, she gets disability because we got the same condition.
And this deems you unfit for society in the state of Illinois. This medical card. I have a Medicare card too, but it has my Social Security number because I have my original Medicare card. But these things right here, when you have this, they consider you to be unfit for society. You know, we can't even...
What does that mean, unfit for society?
I guess it's their way of saying that since you... I would just call it exile. Let's just call it what it is, exile. Okay, I still have my Social Security card from 1984. And we're not responsible to pay our rent. We can't even be qualified to pay our own rent. I still got my original Social Security card from when I was 4 or 5 years old. And yet we can't pay our own rent. I have bad credit because when I was younger, I had made a lot of money. I was making a lot of money. I was making like $40,000 per year working in Radio Shack. You know, and I lost my job and my credit went out the window. Yeah, I tried to better my life. I went to school. It wasn't for me. So I went bad with these loans. And now it's like we're unfit for society. We don't have immaculate credit and we get Social Security, which is not considered income in Illinois. And what can I say about unfit for society? I mean, if you can't get an apartment in Illinois anywhere, then where are you gonna go? You're basically exiled. If I have no place to live, I can't do my music. And if you give me no opportunity to have a place to live, then I have no place to live. You force me on the streets, and it's out of my control because I've called over 150 landlords in the last month and a half.
150?
Yes. And it's all income requirements, immaculate credit. You don't meet the standards of income requirements, stay on. The guy tried to tell me today at Apartment People, the office is on 3121 North Broadway, that is not discrimination. There's a law in Illinois, it's called steering. I read it online, Illinois tenants laws. I read it just because I need to know my rights. I need to be informed. So I read it. There's a law called steering. It's designed to prevent discrimination. Any building that makes requirements that are designed to keep a certain group of people from being able to rent that property, that is considered property steering. And it is against the law under the Illinois tenants' rights laws. It's against the law. Sounds about the same as income requirements, doesn't it?
So what do you think your landlord is trying to do here?
First of all, I think what our landlord is really trying to do is he's trying to get us out of here as soon as possible so he can get the next tenant in here and get his other security deposit from them. He's obviously trying to blame us for all of this.
Has he done that in the past? You've seen him do it?
Oh, he's done it to a lot of tenants. A lot of tenants. We started hearing a lot more about it when we moved in. When we moved in here, there were 2 vacant apartments. And the first thing he told us is the lady above us is difficult. Then we come to find out from other tenants in here and from observation, watching how many tenants been moved in and out of here, that what that lady does is she is a serial complainer. She complains about everybody in this building until he kicks them out. And then when another one moves in, she does the same thing with them. One time I came downstairs, right? I was getting ready to go to the store. I go downstairs and I get ready to walk out the back gate, and she's over there scolding a tenant who lives on the other side of the building, scolding her about when she can and cannot use the laundry. She acts like she owns this building, and the landlord lets her do this, gives her full power, and doesn't even pay her to do it. And one time she came down here and said, "You're gonna do your studio time at these hours." Okay?
Really?
And I'm like, I'm not gonna lose business for you. Sorry. You're gonna have to deal with it. I had to deal with you stomping and running around and your kids. He had to repair her fucking floor. Excuse me, he had to repair her floor. He had to repair her floor twice the last 2 weeks because she's stomping.
Right above you.
But yeah, because she's stomping on the floor. And we are problem tenants. We're the problem. And they blast their music. They stomp on the floors. They bring their grandkids over here who jump up and down on the floors, throw stuff around. We hear it all the time. And she's a freaking disturbance, and we're the problem. Our landlord doesn't like us because I think the truth is I'm young. I'm work for myself. I might collect Social Security, but I don't think it's gonna last forever. So I'm just trying to do something so that when it does run out, I can make an income without it. So I'm young. I work for myself. I'm trying my damnedest to do something successful in my life. I don't have a day job because I can't get a job, unfortunately. You know, so they hate us. And you heard it. The music's not loud. The TV's not loud. We had the TV at this volume all day. TV's not loud. The music's not loud. But I bet you we're going to get a noise complaint. I bet you. I more than guarantee it.
Oh yeah, we're talking. We're gonna get a complaint.
Yeah, we're
So
talking.
you're a noise complaint today?
Yeah, we're gonna get one, and then he's gonna try to give us an eviction notice next week. But
really?
But you
can't. How do you know that?
Because he's an asshole. We've talked at this volume before and got a noise complaint.
He told us the other day.
Yeah.
He told you all the other day that y'all gonna get an eviction notice?
He said
one more complaint.
You know, this is apartment. He's too loud. So like we talk loud.
We pay our electric. What they got to say?
All of the things, all of the rights that they say we are supposed to have as tenants have not been honored whatsoever. We've been treated like we gotta come in here and be in absolute silence and just stare at walls all day. Like we're in a fucking mental hospital. Okay, you watch TV at TV time. You do things at group time. You do things activity time. Well, sorry, we pay rent here. This is our apartment. We pay electricity here. We have a right to act accordingly in our apartment. We're not being loud. We're not being belligerent. What's the problem? And you know what? I've played my music a little louder in my studio, but not that much louder than what you've heard. Very, very little louder than what you've heard. And as you heard, it's not that loud. The problem is they just don't want us here because I'm young and I'm about to be successful in the music business, but I work very hard for it, and they don't see that. What they see is a young, dumb punk dressing like a gangbanger, as they say. Does this look like a gangbanger to you? These are 200.
No. He ain't no gangbanger.
You know? It's unbelievable. That's why I'm starting to grow my hair out, because I'm sick of being profiled and labeled as a punk. I'm a 33-year-old man doing something professional with my life. I don't need to be labeled as a punk. I don't need that stigma on my life. Okay, I gangbanged and all that shit back in the day, but I'm 33 years old. What good is it now? I'm on my business, and that's all I'm on. I don't understand what the problem is. Then you hear how I speak. Obviously, I'm a professional. I'm not a punk. You know, and this is just crazy. You know, all I gotta say, and that's pretty much all I gotta say. I mean, you've seen the apartment, you've seen what it looks like, you've seen it. I mean, look at this radiator. You see it. It's just crazy. It's like, you know, you see it. You see it with your own tooth. It's like. You know, it's unacceptable, man. If you're gonna give somebody a place to stay, make it in a livable condition. Otherwise, it's gonna be somebody else like me who's just gonna have to expose you for who you really are. You're a slumlord, Ozzy Plinkovich. You're a slumlord. You're a no good person. You show off your brand new $20,000 watches, your Rolex Daytona Cosmonauts. You show off in your $100,000 Mercedes, drive around in your $50,000 trucks, sit there in these pictures smiling all happy-go-lucky like your life is good with your wife, while we're out here suffering in non-livable conditions. And this is, and you claim to be a nice person. I've seen serial killers smile and joke and laugh and play with kids, but they still killed people. Doesn't mean nothing. You could put on the biggest smile, you could put on a clown suit just like John Wayne Gacy did, but you're still a serial killer. You're still a bad person. Doesn't mean nothing. Whatever face you put on doesn't mean nothing, because it's your actions that determine who you really are. And these actions speak for themselves. Everyone, this apartment, the landlord's name is Ozzy Plinkovich. The place is called Plinkovich Properties. The address is called 3317 North Carlov, Karlov. Do not rent here. This is a slum. Do not rent here. We made that mistake, you know, but we had nowhere else to go. We were desperate, so we made that mistake. But don't make the same mistake. Don't make the same mistake. We're just trying to do what's right now, you know, before it's too late. Don't make the same mistake. And Shyrock, thank you very much. You guys, I appreciate it. You know, we need more people that are for the people. You see me on Facebook complaining and stuff because I care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't complain. If I didn't care, I wouldn't speak my mind. I don't call it complaining. I call it passion. I speak my mind. I call it passion. I say things that every one of you rappers, so-called rappers and thugs, are so afraid to say. What are you so afraid of? What are you so afraid of? I say things on Facebook that nobody wants to say because of fear. I don't have that. Simple as that. You know, and I'm glad you guys came out today. This is necessary. This is necessary. You fight evil with good. God is love. You can kill all negativity and evil with love. It's that simple. Elohim Avah. God is love. You know, And I want to thank you very much for coming out tonight.
Sinista
Beatz, bro. Thank you very much. Check out that Hit the Streets with Coach Steele, Swanye, Scooter Chose. Check out that Everybody Know Me meal ticket called GCI, called Power 92. Man, check out Anthony M. Check out Paperboy Loud. There's a lot of big things going on in the city. We just trying to make it like everybody else. And thank God we got people like you. Thank you very much, Chicago. Thank you.
Right. Yo, that's Clark 10, Chicago Rocks Magazine. Here with Sinista Beatz.
Sinista Beatz, what up, man?
And he telling us what's really going on. Alright, so let's get some help over here.
Accident Click, sorry, ma. What up, Sad? What up, Noya? What up, Killer Clan? What up, Bo? What up, Cole? What up, all my people, man? Like I said, free Mac Mecca, rest in peace to Slim Dunk. All my people in Chicago doing big things. I love what y'all doing. Keep it up, man. And follow my lead, and let's stand united. Because divided we fall, united we stand. It's that simple. Funk man, what up, man?
TV's too loud, so like we talk loud.
We pay our electric. What they got to say?
All of the things, all of the rights that they say we are supposed to have as tenants have not been honored whatsoever. We've been treated like we gotta come in here and be in absolute silence and just stare at walls all day. Like we're in a fucking mental hospital. Okay, you watch TV at TV time. You do things at group time. You do things at activity time. Well, sorry, we pay rent here. This is our apartment. We pay electricity here. We have a right to act accordingly in our apartment. We're not being loud. We're not being belligerent. What's the problem? And you know what? I've played my music a little louder in my studio, but not that much louder than what you've heard. Very, very little louder than what you've heard. And as you heard, it's not that loud. The problem is they just don't want us here because I'm young and I'm about to be successful in the music business, but I work very hard for it, and they don't see that. What they see is a young, dumb punk dressing like a gangbanger, as they say. Does this look like a gangbanger to you? These are 200.
No. He ain't no gangbanger.
You know? It's unbelievable. That's why I'm starting to grow my hair out, because I'm sick of being profiled and labeled as a punk. I'm a 33-year-old man doing something professional with my life. I don't need to be labeled as a punk. I don't need that stigma on my life. Okay, I gangbanged and all that shit back in the day, but I'm 33 years old. What good is it now? I'm on my business, and that's all I'm on. I don't understand what the problem is. Then you hear how I speak. Obviously, I'm not a messed up person. And like I said, I'm obviously, the way you can tell by the way I speak, obviously I'm a professional. I'm not a punk, you know. And this is just crazy, you know. All I gotta say, and that's pretty much all I gotta say. I mean, you've seen the apartment, you've seen what it looks like, you've seen it. I mean, look at this radiator. You see it. It's just crazy. It's like, you know, you see it. You see it with your own tooth. It's like, you know, it's unacceptable, man. If you're gonna give somebody a place to stay, make it in a livable condition. Otherwise, it's gonna be somebody else like me who's just gonna have to expose you for who you really are. You're a slumlord, Ozzy Plinkovic. You're a slumlord. You're a no good person. You show off your brand new $20,000 watches, your Rolex Daytona Cosmonauts. You show off in your $100,000 Mercedes, drive around in your $50,000 trucks, sit there in these pictures smiling all happy-go-lucky like your life is good with your wife, while we're out here suffering in non-livable conditions. And this is, and you claim to be a nice person. I've seen serial killers smile and joke and laugh and play with kids, but they still killed people. Doesn't mean nothing. You could put on the biggest smile, you could put on a clown suit just like John Wayne Gacy did, but you're still a serial killer. You're still a bad person. Doesn't mean nothing. Whatever face you put on doesn't mean nothing, because it's your actions that determine who you really are. And these actions speak for themselves. Everyone, this apartment, the landlord's name is Ozzy Plinkovich. The place is called Plinkovich Properties. The address is called 3317 North Karlov, Karlov. Do not rent here. This is a slum. Do not rent here. We made that mistake, but we had nowhere else to go. We were desperate, so we made that mistake. But don't make the same mistake. Don't make the same mistake. We're just trying to do what's right now, before it's too late. Don't make the same mistake. And Shyrock, thank you very much. You guys, I appreciate it. We need more people that are for the people. You see me on Facebook complaining and stuff because I care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't complain. If I didn't care, I wouldn't speak my mind. I don't call it complaining. I call it passion. I speak my mind. I call it passion. I say things that every one of you rappers, so-called rappers and thugs, are so afraid to say. What are you so afraid of? What are you so afraid of? I say things on Facebook that nobody wants to say because of fear. I don't have that. Simple as that. And I'm glad you guys came out today. This is necessary. This is necessary. You fight evil with good. God is love. You can kill all negativity and evil with love. It's that simple. Elohim Avah. God is love. And I want to thank you very much for coming out tonight. Sinista Beatz, bro. Thank you very much. Check out that Hit the Streets with Coach Steele, Swanye, Scooter Chose. Check out that Everybody Know Me meal ticket called GCI, called Power 92. Man, check out Anthony M. Check out Paperboy Loud. There's a lot of big things going on in the city. We just trying to make it like everybody else. And thank God we got people like you. Thank you very much, Chicago. Thank you.
Right. Yo, it's Clock 10, Chicago Rocks Magazine. Here with Sinista Beatz.
Sinista Beatz, what up, man?
And he telling us what's really going on. Alright, so let's get some help over here.
Accident Click, sorry, man. What up, Sad? What up, Noya? What up, Killer Clan? What up, Bo? What up, Cole? What up, all my people, man? Like I said, free Mac Mecca, rest in peace to Slim Dunk. All my people in Chicago doing big things. I love what y'all doing. Keep it up, man. And follow my lead, and let's stand united. Because divided we fall, united we stand. It's that simple. Funk man, what up, man?